cockroach, you cockroach. You killed him. He was my best friend.
I'm going to sit here and cry about my pants instead of taking them off. Moths have families. To be fair, they look bright coloured and they look like massive lollies sometimes.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Unhelpful Parenting Podcast.
Hello.
Don't mind me, I've got the giggles. We've just started a couple of times.
Apparently I'm being too stupid and Beck doesn't like it, so we just keep re-recording and here we are. And this one's sticking no matter what.
Yes, we have a great episode coming up and it is going to be full of laughter, and that's what we're here for. We're not here for any helpful advice. If you're looking for how to parent my child, this is not the place. This is the place you send the stories.
This is how not to parent your child.
Yeah, this is the place you send the stories of.
So if you find that helpful.
If you got stories of all the things that you're Googling, like why does my kid throw things at me, or why does you're in the right place because
why is there poo all over my walls again?
That happened to parents last week. I'm pretty sure in the last episode.
Where do you think I got the idea from?
Yeah, probably one of our kids.
Thankfully, no.
No, but we have had the poop on the tiles. It was just one lone nugget. And I
don't remember.
I remember walking being like, what is that? Oh my gosh, it's poop. Where did it come from?
We're not in story mode.
Welcome to parent life.
Keep it cracking.
We are talking about the funniest things your kids have cried over. We put the question out there and we got a lot of answers.
We did not disappoint.
We also got a lot of really funny, because I put it out there for anyone. What's anyone cried about? And we got a lot of pregnant mums sending in some really funny things they've cried over while they're pregnant.
I wish I wrote down all your stuff. On my
I remember a couple. So there's a couple on the list. We don't have a confessional today because
all your confessions are in the stories.
Yes.
No? Okay.
Well, I'm bringing back parents in the news again. You're allowed dad's jokes.
No. It's called Random Ass Facts with Beck.
Parents in the news. All the odd news stories I've found, they are pretty much confessions.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the confession level stories. So we've got a couple of those as well. So we are going to kick off with our yays or nays to catch up for the week. And I'm starting. So my yay is something has happened this year and Sam has become
I just squeaked because I rubbed it so loud. I just went, anyway, continue. Sorry. I have become.
And Sam has become pro-Christmas. It's this we started talking about it last episode, but.
Before December.
The kids wanted to set the Christmas tree up on Saturday and we did, and it was beautiful. But I wasn't I had so much on.
You were a grump.
I was the grump this time and I was like, no, I'm not ready. The house is a mess. I don't know where we're putting the tree. There's no room for the tree.
It's stop giving me problems and give me solutions, woman. And she didn't.
And I said to Sam, I was like, I don't have the brain space for this. If you want to do it today, you have to work it out. And he did. And you were like, so we're doing Christmas. And you were like, happy, yay, Christmas.
I'm just the person that doesn't promise a kid something and then go, nah, too tired, too busy, can't be bothered.
To be fair, you promised the kids. I didn't. You promised without me, without consultation. So I didn't feel bad if we
I don't care. I don't have the brain space.
I didn't promise them. So if... Yeah.
That's your
anyway,
fault.
We worked it out. It was beautiful. We had a wonderful time. Our Christmas tree is set up. And the reaction, our 1-year-old saw the Christmas lights getting turned on, and the reaction was big open mouth, big bright eyes. It was just... And now every day, even in the morning, I turn them on now because he flappy arms and oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I love Christmas. Anyway, that was
Except he doesn't look like a random T-Rex trying to learn how to fly.
Stop teasing me. My nay.
You forgot groceries again, didn't you?
I forgot to click and collect the groceries.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to let it be another night where we order Uber Eats because I forgot to do groceries, because we're trying to stick to a budget and I'm trying to be good. And in my head I was like, Mum used to do the groceries with all 3 of us kids all the time. She never had a click and collect option. If she could do it, So can I. So after school, I loaded them all in the trolley and took them grocery shopping. And by the end of it, I was very much questioning my life choices because, oh my gosh, I was ready to just push the trolley away.
I know. I rang you and I rang you and you were on speaker and me and the other staff member were like, it's been a day.
Oh my gosh. I have never been so overwhelmed with so many sounds and so much whinging. I got to the point, Mackenzie at one point was like, Mummy, and I was like, if you're about to ask me for something or complain, don't say it. And she was like, And I am so grateful we have click and collect. I still think we need drive-through groceries. I've spoken about that before, where you drive through and get your bread and milk and whatever, so you don't have to get the kids out of the car. But still very, very grateful for click and collect groceries.
Anyway.
So that was my name.
Oh, that's it? You're done?
That's my name.
Sure. Okay.
Your turn.
Mine kind of ties into yours, I guess. It's not that I'm now not the Grinch or whatever. But just the reaction of the kids, like literally, best day ever.
She actually said that.
Putting like most of the time, this is the best day ever. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is the best day ever. So that was my
very
day.
cute.
And my nay, you're right, something really has changed this year. Because after all that, our house is not big enough to do more than what we've already done, Christmas light-wise.
Yes.
And I want to do more.
Yeah. How have we gone from you're not allowed to spend any money on Christmas decorations, we don't set them up till December 1st, and now you're here going,
I want to go to
buy
Christmas
You're
warehouse.
sending me like all the lists of all the Christmas things you want to buy.
I'm afraid to go to the Christmas warehouse around the corner because I'm afraid of what I'll want to spend.
Man, I'm excited to go Christmas shopping with you for a change. Oh,
I'm not.
it was
You
so
hate
fun.
going shopping for Christmas presents.
Oh.
Or do you mean decorations?
No, like Christmas presents.
Oh, okay.
See how far this like
I don't know.
change has gone.
We'll see, won't we?
See how much we fight when we go shopping. Well, that's what most years
Just
turn
pick
into.
something. I can't.
We're two of the most indecisive people, so we don't shop well together. We need like someone to come shopping with us to decide things for us.
Who wants to be our mediator shopper? Anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, we need the carer. Anyway. On that note, I have a dad joke and it kind of lines up quite well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, you don't have it sucked in. This is a very simple one. A wise man once told his wife nothing because he was a wise man. That's all I got.
Do you want to explain that joke?
I'm a wise man and I'm saying nothing.
It's a trap.
Now, on to random ass facts with Bat. Now on to random ass facts with Beck.
Also known as Parents in the News.
Nope.
This is the part of the show where I bring out the funny stories that I found in the news.
And she sings a silly song.
Well, last week, one of the stories was about babies that had been switched at birth, and the parents worked out at about the time that they were teenagers that their daughter wasn't theirs, and they actually found the other daughter, and it was this whole story. There seems to be a lot of them, and there's another one in the news. I think like something sparked all these stories, and they're all coming out. In Norway, there's a mum. The mum's like 78 now, and she's just found out that her daughter was swapped with another like 60 years ago, and they're suing the government because the government found out when the girls were teenagers that they'd been swapped.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
They didn't say anything because they were probably like us last week. We were like,
What do you do?" Bloody Norway.
And so the government were probably like, well, if they don't know, it won't hurt them. Like,
Well, you were wrong, Norway.
so now they're getting like the health authorities are being sued over in Norway for that. So anyway, so that was last week's story. So I've got two for this week because they were just hilarious. So one, In the UK, a junior school got evacuated after a child brought in a historic explosive device for show and tell. Police were called out after the item was presented to the class. An email sent to the parents by the school described the object as a historic incendiary device. A police spokesman said the school very calmly evacuated and a disposal team attended to take away the item to be destroyed as a precaution. What have you got for show and tell?
Bought this from the wall.
What have you got for show and tell?
You see it all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, we see it all the time in TV shows. Like kids digging up old grenades and old bombs and...
Can you imagine being a teacher, seeing a kid like plop one on the desk, like for show and tell?
And the kid's just like, look, miss. Oh, I dropped it. Whoops.
Oh, no.
That's not good.
That's not good. This one is even worse. So a couple in the States were left reeling after a DNA test revealed an unsettling truth. They are cousins. The couple have been married for 10 years and share 3 children. They took a 23andMe DNA test to trace their ancestry, but found out that they're related. Despite both families attending the wedding, no one had made the connection. Thankfully, all their children are okay.
Like first cousins? Obviously not first cousins. It must be like very distant.
Who knows?
Oh, my ancestry goes to Aunt Phyllis. I have an Aunt Phyllis too.
That's another, like, what do you do? Like, do you just...
In the words of 2024, love is love.
You've been married for 10 years. It's
That
not like anything's going to change.
Yeah, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
At least they're all kids have...
Yeah.
All their kids have all their limbs and fingers and...
Seem to be okay.
Seem to be okay. They're obviously distantly related enough.
Yeah. Awkward.
But I'd be like triple checking who those kids get together with.
Well, part of the story is apparently they're developing a new website, like dating site, called Before I Do or something, where like you go on there to double check that you're not related to someone before you get married. So they've stayed together, but they're like using this as, here, let's help other people not find out that they're related 10 years into their marriage.
Awkward. Yeah, cool. Cool,
that would be a reason to cry.
Cool.
But these ones that we have coming up are questionable because we asked the question, what has your child cried over?
All the things.
All the things. Oh my gosh. Well, all the things are in this list and it is great. We had one recently. Our 5-year-old watched our wedding video and it was beautiful and she cried because it was beautiful and that's cute. But then she went on to continue crying because she couldn't be at our wedding and she wasn't invited to our wedding a good 6+ years before she was born.
Yeah.
It's like, kid, you're only here because of that day. Like,
yeah.
So
I thought you were going to mention all the 3-year-old meltdowns over nothing.
yes, well, there was a lot of like over nothings. Like I just shut the door and he cried. But there is this whole list of all of the things that you guys sent. There are a few around like toilets and like kids just being gross. One parent sent in, he forgot to flush the toilet and I did it for him.
Oh, so he cried?
So he cried.
Oh.
There were quite a few actually of I flushed the toilet too fast and he didn't get to look at his poop.
Oh, yeah, that's sad. You got to say goodbye.
Yeah, there were a couple. Yeah, someone else sent in, no, I didn't get to say goodbye to the poop.
It's a part of you.
Gross. Another one
You
sent
don't
in, I
wave?
wouldn't let him hold his poop.
It's a bit much.
Sorry, kid.
We're not digging into
You can
the
cry
toilet.
as much as you want. You're not going to be allowed to hold your poop.
Yeah. We couldn't find a booger that fell out of his nose.
What do you do as a parent if our 3-year-old wanted you to look on the floor for his booger?
Get it stuffed, mate. all I can tell you.
Yucky. My 3-year-old cried this morning because I wouldn't let him tear open all my tampons and put the pretty wrappings on his fingertips.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, you're such a cruel parent. Why not, Mummy?
Yeah.
Do you want to do the cat ones?
There's a couple of cat ones, and I hate cats, so let's do this. We wouldn't let the cat come to the shops with us. Yeah, okay. And then my toddler cried because I told her she couldn't eat the cat.
I mean, some countries you might get away with it. Not here. Not hygienic. Not healthy.
The noodles in the chicken noodle soup were touching.
I get it with like foods touching. I don't like my food touching. Like,
You're a weirdo. I mix it up.
yeah, no, I don't like the food on my plate touching. But like noodles, it's like, what am I meant to do? Lie them out for you one at a time? Like,
Noodle soup.
this kid cried. He wanted pasta for dinner, so I made him pasta for dinner, and now he's crying. That's tired. That has to be like tired dinner time.
I had that conversation this morning. I'm like, mate, because we talked about, like, we bribed him and said, you got to wear your goggles, go swimming.
Yes.
He did. He's like, Daddy, I did go swimming. I was like, yeah, we can go get a hash brown. No, don't want one. Okay, you sure? Whole way there. You sure you don't want a hash brown? No, don't want a hash brown. Pulled up. No, don't want a hash brown. Daddy, eat it. Well, okay. Ordered 2 hash browns. Get to the drive-through window. Where are they? Where's what? 2 hash browns. I don't know. So I said, but Daddy's going to eat them. I was like, do you want one? He's, yeah.
It has to be his idea. You
and then as
offered
soon
him
as it
hash
came,
browns.
where's my hash brown? It's like, where's your please? And he did.
You had to see that coming. He does it all the time. It has to be his idea. You can't offer him something. If I like know he wants a snack and know what it is that he wants, I will put it obviously on like the table next to him, and then he'll be like, "Mummy, can I have a apple or a
hash? Gee, I could really use a hash brown right now.
literally?" It's like
Anyway,
it's like trying to get you to do something. What? So I wouldn't let him eat the food out of the bin.
no, you wouldn't.
This one actually had a photo with it, and it's literally the kid crying in front of the rubbish bin. Sorry.
It's leftovers.
It's not a food place.
I mean, yuck. It's one more. I wouldn't let her eat the bath bomb.
To be fair, they look bright coloured and like they look like massive lollies sometimes. Like
Nah.
that's kind of one, like if they're old enough, obviously not little, but if they're old enough, you
Let them
kind of
take a bite.
if they're gonna cry about it, it's like have a lick, see if you still want to eat it.
And it would disintegrate on your tongue. Nah. My 5-year-old cried when I said I didn't believe her when she told me she was asleep. Well, clearly you weren't.
Don't comprehend. That's severely overtired too. I feel I can imagine that in our house, like super overtired.
What
But I'm asleep.
What are you doing? I'm leaving the room, but I'm asleep. No, you're not. Yes, I am.
My child had a meltdown because he was tired and wanted to lie down on the stove that I was cooking on.
Roasty toasty.
Sorry, kid, I'm not going to let you die. No matter how much you want to cry about it. It's not happening.
Yeah. My toddler wanted to take 3 toys to bed but only had 2 hands and didn't want to leave one on its own, so he sat next to it and cried.
Oh, that's so cute.
That kid's an empath.
Oh, that's so
But
cute.
he's gonna be all alone.
I wouldn't let them swim at the beach. It was 5 degrees.
Ooh. If it's 5 degrees, what's the water?
He's cold. Kid, you don't want to swim. This is for your own good.
No, that's when you just let them go. They'll learn real quick.
No, that is not the
They
responsible.
would learn really, really quickly.
There's a big difference between licking a bath bomb and running into the ocean at 5 degrees.
They wouldn't get far. Their toes would touch the water and they'd be squealing all the way back out.
We've had this one in our house. I killed a bug in the kitchen. Apparently it was her best friend.
Ew, cockroach, ew, cockroach. You killed him. He was my best friend.
Oh, no. Remember the one I had was she was just mortified.
Was it
She's
an
like,
ant?
Mum. No, it was a
Was it a-
moth. She's like,
that's right.
Moths have families.
Duh.
You murderer. Like,
I mean, I didn't say it, but now that you've said it. My child cried because Daddy touched their balloon.
gosh, Dad, you should know better than that.
Just don't touch toys in
Don't
general.
touch the balloon. My shoes didn't fit her.
Okay.
One day, child, they'll fit you one day. And you won't want to wear them then because they'll be mum shoes.
My child cried because we got a new microwave.
Good luck to those parents in the future because that is like signs of I don't like change. We got a
Or
new
a hoarder.
microphone. Microwave.
Or a hoarder. Yeah, I thought you said, did you say microphone?
Yeah, no. I did not.
Okay.
And this one got me. My kid cried because her dad will never have a baby in his tummy.
Thank the Lord.
You know what? I've cried about that too.
Speaking of pregnancy crying,
I actually think if you turned around and decided you wanted another kid, I would cry because you can't be pregnant. And I would say no. So that's all right.
problem solved.
Yes, we had lots of pregnant mums send in their stories too, which is like these are
Banger.
hilarious.
All right, let's go.
Well, I was going to start with mine. When I saw all these, I was like, well, I can share mine. I never used to cry before having kids. Like, I cry about everything now. Some of it stuck, but I was extra bad when I was pregnant. And
This was your pregnancy test.
well, this like you didn't know what to do the first few weeks of like us finding out I was pregnant with our first because I was a mess. Like I just cried nonstop.
everything.
If I wasn't spewing, I was crying.
You were as bad as the toddlers. My banana broke in half.
But the thing that was getting me all the time, and I would sit there, I would torture myself, is watching Australia's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, America's Got Talent. Like I'd just go through all the shows on YouTube and watch the gold buzzer moments. And I would just sit there and sob because they're so proud of themselves and they've done such a good job. And I'm so happy. And look at them go. They're doing so well. Everyone's so happy. It's so beautiful. And I just sit there and sob. And I can feel myself getting worked up just thinking about it now. That should make all of these mums feel better. You're not alone. We're not just reading your stories. We've got our own too. This mum cried
Can
because
confirm I have not cried during a golden buzzer.
I cried because I couldn't remember the word for spoon and I called it a pen instead.
I love these because it's probably mostly baby brain and crying, and it's hilarious.
It's like the mix between overwhelmed brain and
hormones. I cried just before Christmas because my local supermarket had a box of free carrots for Rudolph.
it's beautiful. I'm just empathizing. I can see, like, I'm not going to cry about it, but I can see that's beautiful. 7 months pregnant at New Year's and cried because the sparkly fireworks are so pretty. Or you can relate to this one. My husband didn't know the plot of Les Mis, so I started explaining it, but then I couldn't stop crying about the French Revolution.
I'm not gonna lie, I still don't know the plot to Les Mis. I saw it in the movies,
That was one of the funniest moments I'd had in ages.
and I'm pretty sure I fell asleep in it because I was like, "I'm out, guys. I'm out."
Sam thought he was doing a really good like husband thing and was like, oh, Beck mentioned that she wants to go see Les Mis, has no idea what it's about, no idea any of it, and books us tickets to go.
I saw Anne Hathaway was in it. I was like, "I'll go watch it."
We get 5 minutes into the movie and he turns to me and he's like, do they stop singing? He didn't even know it was a musical. He was not impressed by the time we got out of the movies.
Longest freaking 3 hours of my life.
He walked out and he was like, well, that's 3 hours I'm never getting back.
I did have a little nap.
While I was there being like, oh, that's amazing. I love it. So uncultured.
So crap. Sorry. It's just not my thing, apparently. I didn't want to wear pants, so instead of just taking them off, I sat and cried.
To be fair, if you were pregnant enough, I can understand just not having the energy. It's like, I'm so enormous. I just going to sit here and cry about my pants instead of taking them off. I can relate.
All right. I'm glad you can. I'm happy for you.
At 20 weeks pregnant, I cried making my husband and I sandwiches for lunch because one day I'll get to make her sandwiches with cute notes at school. And then I cried even more at the thought of her growing up and going to school. My husband asked what was wrong and all I could say was that I wasn't ready for her to go to school yet. He thought I'd lost it.
Because she has lost it. Just a little bit.
It's a snowball effect one, that's like... Oh, it's beautiful.
It's like when we go to a wedding and, okay, yeah, I can, yeah.
What? Yes, Sam, like probably the one thing you tear up at now is at weddings. You can't do...
I'm not ready for her to get married yet.
You can't...
Even though she's like 20 plus years away.
Yeah, he can't watch the dads walk them down the aisle or do the father-daughter dance. He's just like...
Father-daughter dance.
And I'm the loving, supportive wife that I am. I stand there and whisper things like, one day that'll be you and Mackenzie. Oh, imagine dancing with Mackenzie like that.
I should have emotionally scarred you more when you were pregnant, made you cry more to make up for it.
No way. This is my revenge.
No.
Getting you back. You're such a good dad. It's beautiful. Thank you everyone for all those answers. That is gold. And I feel like because we did that episode, we've done an episode like this on reasons your kids have cried, like way back at the beginning. And I didn't cross-reference to see how many of these were the same, but I feel like in another couple of months we'll do this again because
it delivers.
It delivers
Kids
every time.
deliver.
Well, it's because every week it's something new and it's like, wow, I didn't even think this was a thing to cry about, but okay, we're doing it.
I really wish I made more notes of yours.
Of mine. I'm really glad you didn't. There was a lot of doozies in there. We are still collecting stories. Make sure you send us your stories of we are getting ready for Christmas. So we want the Christmas fails, Christmas funny stories and vacation because we're going into kind of, especially in Australia, we have summer break. We're going into holiday mode.
Summer.
I posted it's on our Instagram, I think it's everywhere actually, of a picture. This guy opened his passport and his kid had at it and like drawn all over it. And I was like, send us your vacation horror stories. Like, tell us what has your kid done that
Opening up your passport and seeing it absolutely destroyed.
That was a bit of a damper on your trip. Yes, so your vacation fails, horror stories, funny stories, the Christmas stories that have become legend, send them to us because we want to laugh with you about them.
Yeah, we do.
And if you're not already following us on socials.
Sorry, you wanted me to say something.
You look like you were about to say something, so I was like giving you space. If you're not already following us on socials, make sure you do that. We share the highlights so that it's easy to share with friends and family and like you can rewatch the funny bits again.
But you don't get all that banter and who wants the banter? Who doesn't want
well, you get all the banter. Extra stories. I don't put a lot of our stories out on socials sometimes. So you get the real us here. But yes, follow us on socials. We're on all the places. Oh, we put the questions out there. That's where if you want to send stuff in and be a part of that, you see all of that on socials. We are occasionally putting up other funny stuff there too, so it's definitely worth following us. And
we'll get better at it next year.
Yeah, and we will be back next week with more funny stories.
We will. Bye.